Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Check. There we go. All right, how you guys doing? Sorry, the mic was working just fine a second ago, and then all of a sudden it wasn't when I went live. So welcome everyone to this broadcast. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you everybody for being here live, and then thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. We're going to do some mini readings tonight. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday and that your weekend is going good. I know we're getting ready over here to move, so the next couple of days are going to be kind of crazy, but I am going to be going live tomorrow night for the full moon in Cancer astrology. Yes, believe it or not, in 2 days there is a full moon, and it's like it's not letting up, right? And then on Tuesday night we will do the full moon ceremony. So I do believe we have some people on the list, but before I go check on that, I do want to thank you guys, everyone that has signed up for a starseed reading, and those of you guys that have signed up for astral starseed DNA activations. Those are available if anybody does want to sign up. I've been getting such amazing feedback from them and feeling really good, and been working really hard on those. Almost caught up, especially with the activations that those have been taking me a little bit longer to do. But if you have signed up for one, just be on the lookout for those in the next few days and in the next week or so. And yes, so that's the update on that. Let's see, we just had, those of you guys that joined me for the Venus module, how was that? You guys let everybody else know that's here what your experience was. We talked about Venus and the magic of Venus, and we went into so much information, so many beautiful details, and talked about sacred geometry, and it was just amazing, that module. I had a lot of fun doing that for you guys and preparing that for you guys, and I hope you really enjoyed it. So it's now available for purchase. If you missed it, you can buy it, and there's a replay that you can watch on the platform Yeah, Valerie says amazing. I can't stay awake during the activation. That's okay. Your mind is wanting to like shut off so that you can really take that journey. Yes, great. We learned so much, says Mary Ann. Yes. Try to get on the list, but I don't think the link is working. The link in the description of this video. I'll check it right now. When I click on it, dun, dun, dun. Okay, let me try something else. You can maybe it got, yeah, no, let me check that. Let me make sure it works, because it looks like nothing was found. Yeah, you're right. It looks like it's not working. So let's fix that real quick. Did anybody else have trouble? Let me come back into the chat. Let me see if I can put it into the actual chat and see if it works. Let's go. The top link works. The bottom link works, not the top one. What do you mean? Let me check it again. The bottom, download, subscribe, dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I'm just gonna fix this real quick so we don't have any trouble. HTTPS force paypal.me/Eagle Star Yoga. What's the difference between that one and that one? Yeah, okay, well, it's in there. If you scroll down a little bit, it says to get on the list for Friday's mini readings, click on that link, and let me try that one just to make sure, and then that one does work. Okay, cool. I'll try to post it here in the chat as well, just to make sure, and you guys let me know if that works when you click on it. I just posted it in the chat. So strange that the other one's not working. I'm going to try it too real quick. So if you do want to get, yeah, that one works. Okay. So if you want to get on the list for, do we have any moderators in here? For www.paypal.me/Eagle Star Yoga. Okay. I'm just going to have it there ready to continue posting it over and over. Okay. So let's see what you guys are saying. I do want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Sparky is here. Valerie is here. Shana Traylene is here. Morning Star. Laura. Kantika. Welcome. Julene. Hello. Stephanie. Taria. Yes. Joan. Mary Ann. Sweet Pea. Dewey and Ellie. Aaron, did you get it to work, Aaron? Thank you, Kantika. Appreciate that. Divine Energies here. I missed the Venus module, but going to grab, and I had a Venus questions, of course. Yes, for sure. Yay. Okay, it's working because I see payments coming through, you guys. Yeah. Okay. It should work now. I see payments coming in. Yeah, the top one doesn't work for some reason, so try the one that's either lower down in the description, or I'm going to keep posting it in the chats, like so, every once in a while. So it's $25 sent to my PayPal. If you want to get on the list for tonight, I will go check that real quick and kind of write down. I know there's some people on it already. So thank you. I'm really excited. These readings are always really, really fun for me to do. And if you have not yet bought the module, the Venus module, please do that. That's been really fun for me to do as well. And let's see, what other news do I have to share with you guys? I think we're good. Oh, so social media. So if you want to follow me on social media, if you like being connected like that with me, I am on Parlor and I am on MeWe, and you can be one of my contacts on MeWe by just finding me and requesting the contact, and then I invite you into the Channel for Grace Starseed Soul Tribe group on MeWe, where I try to post every day, and every time I go live, I try to let you guys know ahead of time. Basically some of the same things I used to do in FB. And now I'm doing them on MeWe, and I'm really excited about that. So make sure to join me on there. If you want to stay connected with me through that. I also have you guys been seeing my little short videos? I'm curious if you guys have been seeing those of you that are actually subscribed to the channel and have the notifications turned on, you should get notified when I upload those. So YouTube right now is... I think they're trying to compete with TikTok, and so they're promoting these cute little videos that are just a minute long videos, and they're on whatever topic you want to have them. But if you guys have been getting them and you enjoy them, let me know. I'll keep doing them. I have been having fun doing those. I think they're cute. I think for me, they're like super fun, and I think they're informative too, because they give you a little insight on the daily stuff. Yes, cute and informative. You love the short videos? Yes, I've enjoyed those. They've been popping up. Okay, cool. Big fan of the shorts. Okay, yes, awesome. Okay, that's good. That's really good. So I'll keep doing those. And I'm also going to try to be posting a lot more on the community tab here on YouTube. So you'll be seeing when you're scrolling through your subscribed people, you'll be seeing my post as well. And yeah, I'm gonna try to get into a rhythm. Right now, everything's kind of crazy for me because we're packing up the house and getting ready to leave in like 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So actually in 3-4 days, we're going to start heading out. So I'll be on the road for, next weekend. So I probably won't be going live. I'm not going to commit to that because I don't know if I'll be able to, because I'm actually going to be driving this time. Usually I'm like the passenger and I just get to hang out like with a blanket and a pillow. And my computer if I want to, but this time I'll be driving my car. So, I'm no good with driving long distances, so I just get super tired and stuff. So we're just gonna get to Sedona, and once we get settled, I'll get right back on track. The cool thing though is that I am gonna get to do the ceremony, the full moon ceremony before we leave, and that'll be like my New Year's Eve kind of celebration until next year. Oh my God, 2021. And then once I get settled and set up over there, then I'll start going live again, but I'll still keep posting. So thank you guys for all your support, and thank you for always being connected this way and supporting me in every way that you do. So I'm going to go, let's go check the list. And hello, Wendy, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, the Venus module was amazing. So I'm going to check PayPal and write down all the names of everybody. Let's view all activity. I can't remember who was the first one that signed up. Okay, so we've got Aubrey is first, and she wants tarot. Then we have Laura S. And you guys are all going to get entered to win. Then we've got Valerie. Let me just get it all done. And then we've got Erin, Z, and Christina, G. And I believe that's it. If you do, hang on a second. It's wanting me to do something. Hang on, accept this payment. Okay, interesting. That was from like 2 weeks ago. Okay, so, whoa. Okay. Oh, there's one more. Brittany. Okay. And Brittany E. Okay. So let me come back. Thank you for that little rough transition. Thank you, Eli. Yes, thank you. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Julian. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm exhausted. I've been working nonstop. Like, I'm still catching up with readings. I mean, it's amazing. I'm like super grateful, but I'm also like super getting overwhelmed right now. But it's good. It's good. It's all good. It's all beautiful. Oh, you're welcome, Traylene. Since I just saw the costume for Halloween, I call costumes for New Year's Eve. Oh, God. I don't know that I'll have the energy or the time. That's going to be the last live, and then the next day we literally pack the car and leave. Jai, did you see my comment on the mala? I want to make sure you saw my thank you. I have not seen it yet. I will check that out. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. When he says we're having internet issues. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. Hello, Melanie. All right. Okay. It's Ellen here. Aubrey is my dad's name who didn't use emails when he was alive. I can't change the PayPal name. Ellen. Okay, so Cantica Nova is Ellen, which is Aubrey. Okay, hang on. I am going to write this. Oh my God. Just because later on, just to make sure I got your name and I call your name out right if you win, I got to write it all down. And then Ellen. Okay. Ellen. Okay, here we go. Who's ready? Ellen, are you ready? You're the first one on the list. So if you can put up your question here, I know you wanted tarot. If you can put up your question, that would be really awesome. And and then we'll get going. So it's Aubrey, Laura, Valerie, Erin, Christina, and then Brittany. That's who we have on the list. Oh, I didn't. Okay. I get it now, Julian. Well, that's awesome. I'm so happy. Yes, I'm so happy that you love it. Yes, Nora. The list is still open. I usually take 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6, so room for 4 more. 4 more readings. And thank you, Wendy. She's posting the link. It's $25 sent to my PayPal, and you can choose from the tarot readings, tarot oracle, or astrology readings as well. And oh, cool! There's 33 people in the chat. And the astrology readings, there's a lot of different types of readings. You could have me look at your natal chart. You could have me look at your transits, your progress chart. You could have me look at a compatibility thing with someone else as well. And I think that's it for the astrology readings. So the way that it works, if you're new to getting a reading with me here, is you send the payment, and then I'll check it periodically, and I'll put you on the list, and then we will I'll ask you to put your question up on the chat, and that's how it works. Okay. Laura, did you want... Hello, Hannah. Are you getting a tarot reading? Because we can definitely have somebody else go first. I'm okay with that if you want to watch a little bit. I mean, it really is like, the sky is the limit with asking tarot and oracle questions. Okay, so Laura wants a transit reading. Okay, so let's do your reading, Laura, and then we'll get back to the tarot reading. But I'll give you some time, Ellen, to think about what you want to ask. But really, you can ask anything from like, what does Spirit want me to know right now? If there's a situation in your life you need some guidance with, you can ask the oracle to give you some guidance on that. You could ask for just a general reading, so things like that. So my phone is going to die. Good night. Okay, I love it. I love it, Joan. Have fun with it. It's a good one. It's a really good one. Not yet, Erin. Not yet. I'll tell you when. Okay, but I'm gonna show how I do the transit readings with Laura while we give Ellen some time to think about what questions she wants to ask, and then we'll get back on track with everybody else. So 2464, 129. Oakland. Okay. Let me just make sure I got it right. 2464, 1:29 p.m. Oakland. Okay. So you want a transit reading, so let me add the current transits and then take a picture of it, and then we're going to share the screen. Astrology and iPad. Oh, but I'm going to have to do this first. We'll transfer it over, and you should be able to hear me, and soon you'll be able to see once I share it, if it lets me. There we go. So this is an example of a transit reading for anybody that's interested in doing an astrology. 4973, 4973. And it always takes me a minute to get the astrology ones going, but eventually we get it. Okay. So you should be able to see your chart on the screen. Do you see your chart on the screen? Oh, why do I have that? Hang on. Laura. Or do you see anything on the screen? This is the correct one, actually. Okay. So your chart, Laura, is the inner circle, and the outer chart are the transits. And this is how it works. I'm going to look at the transits and how they're aspecting and affecting your chart, and we'll give you information as to what's going on right now in your life. If you do have a specific question you want to ask, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm just going to have at it. The moon right now is at it's at 13 degrees of Gemini. So Gemini is actually a fun sign for the moon. It's a very talkative energy. It's a very expressive energy. Today, also, the moon, whenever it travels through Gemini, it is traveling through the Orion constellation and through Aldebaran, which is one of the royal stars. And it is also it's a very communicative mercurial energy. But specifically today, it is getting very close to conjuncting the North Node in Gemini, which means that as a collective, we're being asked to focus on that energy. Now, this is something that is happening in your 12th house. So you may feel as the moon gets closer to the North Node, some beautiful psychic openings or psychic channelings coming through for you with the moon. But the moon always travels a lot and travels quickly and travels fast. In 2.5 days, it's in a new sign. So it's a fast moving energy. It's always changing. It's always flowing. Now, you have Saturn and Jupiter currently conjunct in Aquarius in your 8th house of death and change and transformation. So when they did conjunct on the 21st, you actually, this set up for all of us collectively a 20-year cycle. But for you specifically, because it's in your chart and the energy got activated in your 8th house, this means that for the next 20 years, you're going to see a lot of change and transformation in your life, and things kind of, fall apart so they can be rebuilt. But it's the rebuilding energy that is actually activated now, because you also had that Saturn and Pluto conjunction and Jupiter in Capricorn in your 8th house as well. So they'll start here in your 8th house and they'll start moving from here forward. So you'll go through a rebirth, and then you'll feel the energy start to like really activate when they move, especially into 15 degrees of Aquarius and 17 and 24, because that means that they're going to be aspecting your Sun, your Mars, and your Saturn soon, which also means, Saturn is not going to get to 24 degrees for a while, maybe like a year and a half, almost 2 years. Whenever it's around, I guess you're going to start going through your second Saturn return, which I think happens around 59, 60. So you're going to be feeling like a lot of activation in terms of your desire to study more, to gain more knowledge, to expand your horizons. Things like that are going to get activated for you in this coming year, which I think is going to be a really beautiful thing. And that's really the most important thing for you, because you do have Sun, Mars, and Saturn all right there in Aquarius. So that 9th house, remember, is about expanding your horizons and bringing in new knowledge and also spiritual integration. So you're going to integrate all of these things that have been changing in 2020. You're going to start to integrate them this year, which I think is going to be really beautiful. Let's see what else jumps out at me right now. I would say that really that's the most important thing. I was looking at your Mercury and the Sun, who are in Capricorn. You also have Mercury in Capricorn, so Mercury is gonna come into your sign soon. You do have Pluto conjunct your Mercury, so I feel like that may feel intense. Like that may feel a little bit like you're accessing very intense things from literally like the underworld. Like you're discovering things about yourself, but this has been happening for a while, and it will continue to happen for a while longer, because Pluto moves really slow. So he's been on your Mercury for a long time now, and I'm talking like more than a year or so. So I feel like this is a very it's an opportunity for you to dive really deep, and you might be definitely feeling that kind of energy. So Ellen, I'm not able to read your comments because I'm doing this other reading. When I'm done, I'll get to them, okay? All right. So if she is, well, we'll figure it out. But anyways, I feel like that's really what's happening the most for you right now. You also have Neptune on, your Chiron and your Venus. And that can be affecting first of all, your house of career, right? Your career house, because this is the 10th house that has Pisces at the cusp. But it can also be affecting your relationships. It's also affecting your healing journey. And you really are on a journey with Chiron in Pisces. You're on a journey to discover your relationship to God, your own divinity. And with Venus there in Pisces, that she really loves to be in. Neptune and conjuncting Venus, it can actually be a really beautiful thing. Can be an activating thing, a spiritually activating thing as well. So I feel like those two things are kind of a big deal for you right now. And I think that's, and the moon too, that's going to be where, what I read for you today. So hopefully that gave you some insight. I think that this year is going to be really exciting for you in terms of like the Sun, your Mars, and your Saturn, all in Aquarius, getting aspected by Saturn and Jupiter as they start traveling through in 2021. So I think it's going to be exciting for you. Okay, so that was Laura. Now let me see what is going on with Ellen. Okay, I see someone else can go first. My question is connected to soul mission, which I am clear about, and focus mentally, and daily living, which I have always struggled with. I want to know how best to incorporate structure in my life, as I do not get on well with structure at all energetically, but I need it allegedly to operate in daily life? Is there another way? I'm nervous around practicality, with my mission being out of my head enough to do the pragmatic aspects. In my natal chart, structure is nowhere in sight. An astrologer said I need to find a way. I resonate with because structure and me don't get on. Okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you a little bit insight. Okay. Okay, Ellen. I suggest that you get a general reading, a general tarot oracle reading, to see what is the most important thing for you to know right now. That's what I suggest. So let me know in the chat if that sounds good, and we'll go from there. What, Sparky? What? Spending money? Oh, sending money. I thought that said spending money. Spending money. Oh my God. Okay. Yes, you guys. I see the notifications coming in. Yeah, because that's like a lot, and these mini readings are really like mini readings. Like, if you want like an extensive reading where you want me to kind of sit down with you and your chart and stuff like that, I would get like maybe a transit reading, because those are live. But for this specific reason, for the mini readings, it really is like just a simple question that you wanna ask is, if you could simplify everything that you just said, what do you really want to know? Like, what is the most important thing for you to know right now? That's usually how I help people kind of narrow it down to one simple question, because the cards will speak for themselves, and sometimes, honestly, the message that comes through with the cards is like it's like nowhere near what you asked, but that's what you need to hear. So that's why you have to have that open-minded energy to allow it to flow. Sounds good? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'll pull some tarot, and I'll pull a few different types of cards, and then I'll check PayPal and make sure we're updated on the on the PayPal list. All right, so what does this is really funny. I'm not laughing, but you just got the Four of Swords. For anybody that knows tarot, that's kind of funny right now. Okay. But let's see what else is going on here. That was exactly what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, Four of Swords energy. Coming through loud and clear. Okay, what else does she need to know right now? Okay. Oh my God. Okay, what else is going on? I'll explain it in a second. All right, let's see. What does Ellen need to know right now the most? Okay. All right. So we start your reading with the Four of Swords, which is the the meaning of this card is basically, hello, Rosie, that it's a time of rest. It's a time to chill. The reason I was laughing is because when I was looking at your message, it seemed like there was so much coming through. To me, it felt like really kind of scattered and like all over the place. And like kind of frantic. And the energy that I got right away was like, slow down. I mean, this was a message I got before even pulling the cards, like, slow down and take a moment to actually take care of yourself. And the funny thing is, you mentioned something about structure, that you don't have any structure in your life right now. Or, I mean, that's could be very true. But when you're in your head, right, when you think about things over and over and over again, and you never take the time to stop thinking and then just let yourself be, hey, Belinda, then you will never understand or actually give yourself the space to receive the wisdom from your own body, the wisdom from your own, your own higher self, from your own essence. And in order to really to receive those messages, we have to take a moment and stop thinking about fixing something and just like letting it go. Because sometimes when you think about it too much, it overpowers the mind, right? It just gets into this cycle, and it goes and goes and goes and goes, and we try to figure it out and figure it out and figure it out and figure it out and figure it, and we never figure it out because the figuring it out is always in the way. Because to figure it out, you got to get out of your head. And for some reason, that's the first card that came out, right? So, and the swords are the element. The sword is the element of air, and the sword is the mind. And this card just says, like, just stop, take a moment to relax, because there's something that's being avoided. And what's being avoided is the five of cups. The 5 of cups it's a card of grief. It's so interesting. And I mean, it would make sense. Like, if there's something that you haven't, allowed yourself to grieve, if there's something that you haven't allowed yourself to really feel, then this is why this card is coming out, because it's saying you need to stop everything and feel what's coming up. Don't be afraid to feel what's coming up. Anyways, that's what the reading is saying. Next card that comes through is the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is like, to me, it represents the energy of past lives. It represents the energy of a connection that you may have with someone that is like a soulmate connection. So something's coming through about something that hasn't been quite yet, you need to process. There's something that has to be processed right now, and it has to do with a relationship or a past life thing, past life connection, soulmate connection. Because right now what it feels like is going on, believe it or not, is the 2 of Pentacles. And the 2 of Pentacles is there's too much going on, and somewhere you have to unload a little bit. I don't know if it's mentally, I don't know if it's emotionally, I don't know if it's like with regular life, but somewhere you're taking on too much, and you're not, and it's becoming too much. And so at some point you have to like stop and relax and give yourself a little more time. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. I do feel like all the hard work that you have been putting into life in general is paying off. And you do get a moment to sit down and observe the fruits of your labor. The things that you have been, activating and creating. So I'm gonna pull some astrology cards too. That's what the message from the tarot cards. But let's see what the astrology cards say. You say, I'm a receiver, really feminine, dominant. I'm an expert at surrendering, not doing anything, just being. That's my issue. And let's get 2 more cards. What's your sun sign? What's your sun, moon, rising, and your Mars? Sun, moon, rising, and Mars. So here's the card. Let me show you the astrology cards while you put up your information. But the 4th house is the house of the home. Sagittarius is the next card you get. You also get Venus, which is about relationships. The waxing crescent moon. Okay, good. Which is about inspiration, creativity, growth, accomplishments, learning. Well, that explains it. Where's Shannon when we need her? The vertex point is a point in the chart that has to do with karmic points, synastry, fated connections, and a turning point in life. So what I'm feeling is like there's something. Okay, so the message is, I think you may be. It's funny because Venus right now is actually in the sign of Sagittarius. That means that Venus right now wants to be free. She wants to explore. She wants to see the world. But because the South Node is in Sagittarius, that desire, that natural desire in us is not really able to fully be freed. Now, the other thing that Venus in Sagittarius in your 4th house could mean is at home, you are really desiring some freedom. You are desiring to be able to explore more, to expand. Maybe you're lacking a little bit of inspiration, and the inspiration, because the reason I was asking you, where's your Mars at? Because Mars is your drive. And so when you discover what sign your Mars is in, you will know what drives you. And that's how you have to take action. Once you know what sign it's in, you'll know the things that drive that energy. And you'll know whether it's a mutable energy or whether it's a cardinal energy or whether it's fixed or whether it's cardinal, mutable, or fixed. And then once you know that, then you're like, okay, then you can approach getting going and taking action in life with more awareness. There's no way that everything in our chart is a choice. Even we were born with these certain markings. We were born with these, beautiful, starseed markings with these missions that we decided to work on. But the truth is that, you could sit and do nothing. You could sit and choose to do none of it. You can sit and literally choose not to activate the blueprint of your soul. And that's why when we come to Earth, we have our own power, our willpower. We have freedom of choice. And we get to choose whether we move forward or not with this mission. That's why some people have to have those dark night of the soul experiences where they need to see the truth and figure out the truth so that they can actually move forward. It's like the fire that lights under you that says it's time to go. Sometimes we need those experiences of grief, of loss, of chaos to get us to choose to get up and go and do something. And so when you say that, in your chart, that there's nothing that, I don't know if that's exactly the words you use, but when you said that in your chart, it doesn't show anything about structure, and well, that's fine. There doesn't need to be, because maybe your gift is not to have structure in your life. And the other thing is, maybe the kind of structure that you're supposed to have in your life is not what you think it's supposed to be. But that takes some deep reflection. And that takes some intense awareness of who you are, and also what you want and what you're choosing. So it's not like something outside of you controls your ability to be structured. It's you choose how structured you want to be. And then you have to be okay with the fact that sometimes the structure that you think you're supposed to have is not your gift. So you have to find a different way of doing things, a different way of moving towards what you want to do. I just find pragmatic stuff really hard. I'm quite busy in 5D, subpersonalities. But, well, then maybe the pragmatic stuff is not your gift. That maybe that's not what you chose to work on in this lifetime. So it's important to, be aware of that. And then where is your, especially with Mars, where is your drive? What does it want to do? How does it get pushed to action in life? That's what you got to find out. And so everything is very specific to every single person. It's not going to be the same for everybody. But always, when you guys see, when you watch these readings and stuff, you do get a lot of insights from other people's readings too. The world is changing, and it's changing fast. So those are the two things that I would have you look at: your Mars, sign of your Mars, and what you're choosing. What's your mission? But why are you so stuck on having to have structure? What is it really? What is structure? What in your mind, what does structure give you? Or what would being structured give you? Because there's something there. There's something there. What is structure going to give you in your own mind, your own perspective of it? And that's the key. Well, to get that, what do you need to do in your own special way to get that? You know what I'm saying? You did get a Zobra, prestige and mastery. May your strength be acknowledged, so respect shines among others. Oh, look at that Leo. Look at that Leo energy. May your strength be acknowledged, so respect shines among others. That's an interesting quote. It's a very interesting message. But what are your strengths, right? Again, that comes through. Okay, you're welcome. I hope that brought you some insight. Okay, Valerie. Okay, let me go. While Valerie puts up her question, I'm going to go and check out the PayPal because I know a few more people. We've got Nora added to the list. And Sparky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So room for 2 more if anybody is interested. And I know I missed a bunch of who's telling you that you need structure in your life? And what kind of structure? There's different kinds of structures. There's structure in chaos. I hope you know that. That's coming from somewhere. That you don't hate structure because of nothing. That's what's behind that. What's the belief system behind that? Okay, Valerie's question. People say I need it. Well, there's a balance too. There's a balance. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so Valerie, what guidance can Spirit give me Because you got to remember, this is funny because in that Venus module, hang on, Val, in that Venus module, we talked about how some people are born with Venus conjunct the sun when she's direct, and she's literally the superior conjunction. And so it's those kind of people tend to fly, like they're flying through life, and they need to be reminded, like, you have a body, you're on the earth plane, you came here for something. So you can't just keep flying around out there because there's some work you got to do here. So you got to do something that grounds you. To me, that is structure, right? And then you also have to, you have to take care of yourself. You can't be like, not taking care of yourself in the physical world. There's certain things that are needed in this physical reality, right? So like there's a balance, but we have a choice. Okay, what guidance can Spirit give me in my relationships? Feeling some heavy energy lately, waves of sadness that I don't think is mine. Okay. Let's check it out. Relationships. Guidance for Valerie in her relationships. Where's the sadness coming from? That was more like a counseling session. That's really funny. Hello. Okay. Let's get 2 more of these, please. Whoa. Okay, 1 more. Whoa, 2 came out. Okay, so let's see what we got here for you. It's going great. 3 of Wands is the first card that we get for you, Valerie. Now, the next card is the Strength card, interestingly enough. In this card, the 3 of Wands is always like, to me, it's like the message of the world is in your hands, right? The choice is in your hands. Like, you are in control. That's what's coming through with this card, especially because he's holding this wand, right? You can't see it that well because of my green screen, but he's holding this wand. He feels like he's in his power. If this is a card of like, you are ready to move forward to the next phase. With the 3 of Wands, you've the creativity has arrived. Oh, that's so cute, Chris. And that just baby smile. I'm just kidding. Okay, so you're moving forward, or at least you're ready. You're standing at a spot where you are ready to move forward in your life, and that's where you're standing. And you also have the Strength card. The interesting thing about, this card is always so crazy to me, how she's trying to open his mouth. And the mouth, I think, oh my God, Valerie, if I remember correctly, you have a lot of lion constellation in your chart. With your Virgo stellium, you have a lot of it. And I think you have the lion's mouth as one of your starseed markings. I can't remember, but I think you have a lot of them, right? This is innately who you are. I mean, there's so much power in this energy. There's so much power in the energy of the lion, right? Like the king, like standing in your power. And, I feel like you're also, this is a 6 of Pentacles, but I feel like you're also looking out. And what's backing you is your astrology, and you're in a place right now where you're discovering yourself at a deeper level, especially with, the starseed readings. Those readings have been helping people like take you to a whole nother level of understanding yourself at an energetic and soul level. So I feel like you hold all this power, right? And those are the first three cards. But where's the grief coming from? Because you got the Five of Cups, which is the card of grief, which is the original question that you were asking about. So where's this grief coming from? And the two cards that popped out are the Two of Cups and the Magician. The Two of Cups and the Magician. Now we know that the Two of Cups is about love. It's about soulmates. It's about, your partner, the person that you love. And for some reason, like, it's pointing to that place. And that's where I feel the sadness is stemming from. That's where I feel the sadness is coming from. Now, the Magician is an interesting energy. I can't remember your rising. What's your rising? Right, Belinda? Right. I know, like, everyone has been saying the same thing. Like, it was just next level kind of a reading. But the Magician, I'm wondering, because all of that Virgo energy is mercurial. It is partly ruled by Mercury, partly ruled by Chiron. But the Magician is the one where you take your power. You're Libra. Okay. You take your power to create, your power to manifest, your power to attract, your power to work with all of the elements, and you make the magic. I'm going to pull some astrology cards to add to this reading to clarify a little bit of what's going on here. Whoa, that's kind of crazy. You get the fourth house of the home as well, and Sagittarius. Like, I know I just pulled those two cards last reading, but this is interesting because, again, Sagittarius in the fourth house is you needing freedom. Like, I think in some way, shape, or form, you're feeling a little bit trapped. Because the Sagittarius wants to go and wants to be free. Yeah, the Magician, right? Wants to have the freedom to be able to, like, explore the world in however way it wants to explore the world. But I think that something is definitely holding you back, and that may be where the sadness is actually coming from. I don't actually think it is someone else's sadness. Well, maybe it is. Sextile is a positive, harmonious energy. What is the sextile to? I love that. I love that, Britt. That's awesome. What's the sextile to? A sextile to an opposition. I'm just kidding. So I think what this is saying is, like, there are some things that feel good, and then there are some things that just feel totally off. Like, sometimes it feels good, sometimes it doesn't. I think that's what this is saying. So let's get a couple more astrology cards. Honestly, I feel like just allow yourself to feel the grief right now. Allow yourself to feel whatever grief, because it's not negative. I'm not getting a negative energy. I'm not getting like something's hurting you or you're feeling someone else. I'm getting that you're just processing. Like, whoa, Scorpio. Dude, you just said Scorpio. But I'm getting that you're processing a lot right now, and I think that if something is, and look at this, the new moon. So it's time for a new beginning. It's time for planting seeds. It's time for setting your intentions. It's time for like having that blank page That blank, okay, well then that's what's going on. I mean, like, we just pulled a Scorpio card. Like, okay, so what do you want, right? And start planting those seeds. Don't let yourself get caught up, but also let yourself process. But that's where I think the sadness is coming from. All right. And the card that you get is Kadal Hakbia, faith and expansion. Water your wisdom with integrity so your vision grows and inspires others to mirror you. Water your wisdom with integrity so your vision grows and inspires others to mirror you. There's two more that fell out I want to share with you. The Vertex, which is on Andromeda. Honor your soul, bestow virtue to those who fathom your value. Honor your soul, bestow virtue to those who fathom your value. And the last one, fertility and prosperity. Feed your soul with love, and abundance will flow. Feed your soul with love, and abundance will flow. I should be using my other cards too, the new ones that Wendy got me. But that's, yeah, I mean, you probably already knew, right? But I think maybe you needed confirmation about what's really going on, where the sadness is coming from, and why it's affecting you the way it is. And I mean, it's hard. I know it's hard. But that's what I feel is happening. Is like the universe is just saying, that's what it is. Like, just live it, breathe it, experience it, address it. Don't get caught up in it. Don't get stuck, right? Stagnant energy becomes other things. I heard my tia say the other day that, like, he was asked to, like, let go of an identity that he used to have. And he was afraid to do that. And that, actually, will you bring them to me, Ellie? So he was afraid to do that. But then when he allowed himself to do it, it was like he received the most beautiful message ever. Okay. Aaron is next. I'm going to go check the PayPal real quick. And I think we may have sold out for the night. We've got Mary Ann. And the last person is Julene. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's no more readings for the night. We are complete. I appreciate you guys. Yay! Thank you. I was like, I should be using these. Why am I not using these? I know we're behind what you're doing. Okay, so we got the cool oracle cards. Okay, so Aaron, Christina, Brittany, Nora, Sparky, Marianne, and Julene, and that's it. So next is Aaron. So feel free to put up your question, Aaron, and we will get to your reading. You're welcome, Valerie. I'm going to pull one for Valerie while we're waiting for Aaron's question. We're locked in. We're locked in. What on earth? Wendy, this is like the 10th time this card has come out. What is it with this card? That I pulled it earlier. I think it was this morning. I don't even remember. And then it came out, and then it came. Okay. The card is Awakening Genius, but you know what I see in this card? It's like the face of the grandmother. It's the grandmother. I can't even handle it. It's the grandmother. She's like coming through. She's coming through to me like strong right now. Wow. But it was also for you, Valerie, which is like trust in the wisdom of your spirit guides, your angels, your teachers, your ancestors. Trust in that wisdom. Is it possible that the full moon in Cancer is bringing up heavy emotional energy to be illuminated process? Yes. Yes. Taria, that's exactly what's going on with Cancer moon. It always happens like that with Cancer moons. Oh, these are called the Oracle of the Seven Energies. I think my grandma's coming through. This card just flying out, just keeps flying out. Are you ready? Are you ready, Erin? We are waiting for you. Was she saying earlier that was somebody saying that her comments were? Somebody was saying something about the comments. I think it might have been her, but I wasn't really looking at the chat. So make sure you guys are ready. I can't find it. Can't find it. I have a couple of her decks. That lady makes some of my favorites. It's awesome. I was just going to say that too. I feel it very strongly. Yes, very wise indeed. Oh, I got to show you guys what I got for Christmas. Okay, so Christina G, if you have your question ready, put it up, and then we'll come back to Erin when she comes back into the chat. Wait, I don't see Erin's. Oh, just kidding. There it is. Just kidding. Just kidding. I saw it now. Sorry, Christina. Just hang on a second. Okay. Here we go. We're back on track. Don't worry. Give me a second. I'm going to pull up the chart. I just now saw it. Everything is good. Everybody's okay. All right. This is Erin's question. 737.9. 323. Cool numbers. Is it Allegheny or Cumberland? Oops, something just fell. Oh, there we go. All right, let me just make sure I get it right. 7:37:9:323 a.m. Okay. And you want a natal chart reading. Any info on what the heck I'm supposed to be doing on this planet is much appreciated. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Okay. Yeah, thanks, guys. Okay. Let me take a picture and let's put it up on the screen. I saw it. I saw it. Okay. One, 5, 7, 2. Okay. Okay, there we go. So you're in luck because I can answer that for you. No, I'm just being a smartass. Okay. Oh, let me move that again. I need 2 screens. When I set up my shop in Sedona, I'm going to have 2 monitors once and for all. No one gets it because no one's backstage here with me. All right, here we are. So, natal chart reading for Erin. Well, you have Sun in Leo, Moon in Libra, Venus in Cancer, Cancer rising, North Node Virgo, South Node Pisces, North Node in the 3rd, South Node in the 9th, Mercury in Leo 2. So you were born near one of the conjunctions of Venus. However, it was after the conjunction. So you may have been born, interesting, you may have been born doing a near a Sun conjunct Venus in Leo. That would be actually cool. But I'd have to look a little bit deeper. Dewey gets it too. A little bit deeper to figure out if it was exactly that. But the reason I just mentioned that is because your Sun in Leo and your Mercury in Leo and your Jupiter in Leo are very like vibrant, like fiery energies. You know, it's definitely being a Leo in general, I think, is a very expressive energy. It's ruled by the sun. It's ruled by the sun. And it wants to love and create and be loyal and like live in happiness. Like that's what Leo wants. It wants to just shine its light really, really bright. Now, you do have a Cancer rising, which means that you're actually ruled by the moon. So when we look at what the moon is doing, the moon is in Libra. So your moon wants balance and harmony and wants everybody to get along. But your moon is also in your 5th house of creativity. So that's actually cool because you love to create beautiful things. That's part of what you're supposed to do, is create beautiful things, is to enjoy the beauty of life and to enjoy the harmony of life. This is Venus energy. Now, with Venus in Cancer, you are a very loving and nurturing person. And at the deepest level, you desire like relationships. You desire to nurture others. You desire for people to be able to emotionally express themselves. You desire to be nurtured as well. Like you nurture others, so you desire that for yourself as well. Now, when you get to basically looking at the nodes, that's where you start to see a little more clear about what are you supposed to be doing in this world. Those things that I just went over are your basic kind of personality blueprint. But with North Node and Saturn right there in Virgo and South Node in Pisces, North Node in Virgo is about learning how to be here, learning how to be in the moment, learning how to manifest, how to tap into your divine, how to tap into your higher consciousness, your higher self, your soul, and channel that into this 3-dimensional reality. People who have Virgo, Pisces nodal axis, whether it's Virgo North Node or Pisces North Node, they have this dynamic in their chart where these 2 houses originally are astrologically in the regular order from the first house being in Aries to the last house being in the 12th house. When you look at that chart, you see Virgo rules the 6th, Pisces rules the 12th. The 6th house is the house right before you get to go out into the world and experience everything. You're in your daily life, your daily schedule. You're focusing on the details. That's part of what you're supposed to focus on. And it also, the 12th house is the house of the divine and the spiritual and the fullness and the completion. So in a past life, you were literally merged with God. You had a very spiritual existence. You had a very, you were connected to your divine essence. And now in this life, you are to channel from the wisdom that you bring into this lifetime here. You have to channel that. You have to bring it in. But you also have to remember, like, okay, I'm here on earth. I have a physical body. I have to practice and play around with the magic of manifesting, because that's what Virgo is really good at, is manifesting. Virgo is also good at being of service. So there is something that you need to be of service. You came here to be of service to the world. With Saturn there, it's like Saturn is the teacher. So you have some kind of gift to teach. You have to learn to step out of your comfort zone and somehow figure out what it is that you can be of service of in the world. Now, with North Node in the third house of Gemini, this means that you're also here to give a message. You're also here to focus on your immediate environment, on the people around you, on how you communicate, on channeling the information that you receive. South Node in the ninth is a Sagittarius energy. So right now you're actually probably feeling an activation of something's calling you towards your purpose, because you have third house North Node, and the North Node right now is in Gemini, and the third house rules Gemini. So there's a connection there to the North Node right now in the sign of Gemini, collectively for everyone, the transiting North Node. So you have, you know that world of the divine very well, but now you have to be here in the now and learn how to be in the present moment and do things and like focus on your daily life, on your schedule. That's what's going to make you happy, is when you find a schedule and a rhythm that works for you here in this lifetime. So that is what I see it as. So hopefully that gave you some insight. And there's more too. I mean, I can't tell you starseed markings right now because I need more time to look at it, but there could be, starseed markings in your chart that could literally tell you where you come from if you've had past lives on other galaxies and other planets. So, I mean, but that's a whole nother ball game. Okay. So, what's the difference between a transit reading versus a progress reading? A transit reading looks at the transits, which means the current transits in the sky, like happening right now, in relationship to your chart. And a progress reading is a completely different type of reading where we looked at the progressions of your planets, where they're at now in relationship to when you were born, but that's not looking at transits at all. Progressed charts are used in predictive astrology to give you an idea of the evolution of your soul, of where your soul has evolved to at this moment in time. All right, Christina G., you are next. Yeah, it is. It's very balanced. It is. It's like, it's all the way around for sure. I'm trying to see if there's... Okay, so it's Christina, Brittany, Nora, Sparky, Marianne, and Julene, just to give you guys a heads up for the list. Thank you, Wendy. Question. What's the difference? Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Here we go. Any messages for what's coming up for me? Okay. I'm going to do astrology and some oracle cards. All right, messages for what's coming up for Christina G. If you absolutely want to get the reading tonight, Chrisabel, I'll let you get on the list. Hold that thought. Hold that thought, Nora. All about my romantic love life. Okay. First card we get is a sextile, which, I mean, right away I feel like there's something positive coming. Something good coming through. It's okay. I'm just being my silly Gemini self. Mercury. Ooh, the Magician. Okay, what else? What else? Scorpio. Oh my god. Stop it. I did not. Did I, Chris? Oh my god. Okay. Let's do one more. You're welcome, Aaron. I see it. I see it. Oh, Lord. All right, one more for Christina G. What? To grass cut? Okay, so you got the sextile, which is positive energy coming in. Mercury, who is the magician, the ruler of the mind. Scorpio, so if you think of Mercury in Scorpio, this is a very investigative energy. You do have a retrograde, which means there's a period of reflection that is upon you. Pallas Athena is the warrioress princess, just like the Wonder Woman. And then you've got Uranus. So, let's see. I think what's happening right now is you're going to be discovering something that is very it's been hidden. It feels like it's been occult, but something is going to be coming up for you that's going to put you in this kind of place of a lot of reflection. But what it's going to activate for you is your ability to be in your strength, to be in the space of embodying like that warrioress spirit, that ability to really stand in your power. And with Uranus being, the last card here, which is about innovation, it's about discovery, it's about individuality and technology, and the fact that Saturn and Jupiter have moved into Aquarius now. This is the activation. Like Uranus is what's like activating all of us right now. There's also this crazy square that's going to be happening with Saturn and Jupiter and Uranus, and then Saturn and Uranus in 2021. Like there's 3 times total or something like that. But that's the activation of everything. And what it's activating and what it has brought in for you is an ability to see deeper, to see more clearly, to want to discover, and to also step into your power. That's what I feel is coming up for you, Christina. So something that you've been wondering about is going to get revealed. Like something that's been hidden is going to come to the surface. Let's see what it is. Let's use this other oracle deck to see what it is that's going to come to the surface, that's going to make you think and reflect and step into your power. Oh, look at this card. Ears wide open. Dude, that's cool. Like pay attention. Pay attention. Listen. Listen to the universe. It's like, yeah, it's asking you to be aware, fully aware. And we'll do one more of these. What should she be paying attention to? What's coming? What revelation is going to come? It doesn't want to say. What is it? Okay. It was kind of like, I'm not sure I want to say it. Oh my God, that's funny. Okay, so you get a deep breath. It's hard to see, but it's like the Buddha. It's so pretty. A deep breath. A deep breath. The time to relax. And then right after that, a tall tale. I think these cards are playing with you. I mean, in a like they're being playful with you. I think they're saying something exciting is coming. I feel like a positive energy, a time of rest. Pay attention. It's gonna feel good. That's what's coming up for you. So there you go. We got Brittany next. And then we had one more get on the list. And then that will be the end of the list. Oops, not there. You're welcome. I'm getting pretty serious jaw surgery this week and want to know if there's anything to be heard around that or any general messages. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope that it all goes well. Oh my God. See, this is what happens when you get two guys in a room full of women. They're just going to egg each other on. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Okay, let's do... Hey, Deepa. Okay. So, the first card we got was a Cassini point. Cassini point. And then Vesta, who's the... Cassini point is like a conjunction, like a merging of energies. Vesta is the holder of the eternal flame. Mars came through, and also the first house, which is the house of self, which is the house that Mars actually rules. And then you get the sixth house of work and daily schedule. So what I think, I actually want to do one more to clarify this last card. I think what this reading might be saying is that so you were wondering how it's going to go or any general messages, right? Whoa, that's crazy. Anything to be heard about it or general messages. Okay. Well, Venus just came out. So, okay. The Cassini point is really about being in your heart space. The Cassini point is about it's a grounding, but it's a grounding core to your heart center. It's like, to me, it feels a little bit like there's a surrender. There's an energy of trusting, right? When you're in your heart, you trust. Vesta is the asteroid of the eternal flame, but what she also represents is devotion. The devotion in your heart will guide you forward. Now, it's super interesting that you did get Mars in the first house and Venus in the sixth house. Mars obviously is the planet of action and drive, and in the first house it feels like this is interesting because like it's like the action that's going to happen is going to happen in your physical identity, in your physical body. It's sort of like pointing towards the obvious. Something physical is going to change, and it's going to be a Mars-like energy. It's going to be a little bit aggressive. It's going to be very, very intense. It's going to feel very like it's almost going to feel like an attacking energy, right? Because I can't imagine how that would not feeling that way. But then here's Venus in the sixth house, bringing in some wisdom as to, I think, how it's going to affect you. And I think once this is over, or this phase is over, that what you'll have to do is learn to take care of yourself, because the sixth house is the house of health and jobs, and also daily life routine, and with the fact that Venus is showing up in your sixth house is actually a positive sign, because Venus is a benefic planet, and when she comes in, she brings love, she brings beauty, she brings harmony, she brings good luck too, she brings abundance, all of those things. So I think in general it's going to feel really gnarly, but it's also going to be all right. Like in the end, I think you're going to feel better about it. That's what I'm getting about the message about this surgery. Venus is a positive energy, and the sixth house is your health. So then you got this card that says, "Into me I see." That's what I was talking about in the Kazini point and the devotion. I think if you hold your light, your inner space, your devotion, and you're in your own essence, that you will magically, you will make everything go good. Into me I see. That's so beautiful. I want to pull a couple more of these. And then the next card is bearing fruit. Bearing fruit. And what's here at the bottom, it looks like, I can't quite tell exactly what it is, but it looks like there's eyes. There's just some kind of sacred geometry. I feel a grounding energy from this tree. I feel a solid energy from the tree. And I think that this is your anchor. It's your anchor to what. And then this is the last card I want to read for you. Algarab in the Corvus, constellation, which is the crow. The night will come, and she will hold your fear. It is in the darkness when the moon blazes. And we are going to have a full moon. The good thing is you're not having surgery on a full moon. Don't do that. But it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fine. Yes. So, okay, good. So there were some little pebbles there. Nora, you can put up your question now. And the list is Nora, Sparky, Mary Ann, Julene, and Chrissa Bell. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for your patience as we get through the reading. So Nora, feel free to put up your question. And if I remember correctly, you wanted an astrology reading. So I'm going to pull up my program. Okay, 11:05, 79, 7:15. Anaheim. 11:05, 7:09, 7:15 a.m. Okay. Well, the difference is, do you want to know about your love life in general, what I see in your chart? Like what you truly desire? What it is you truly desire? Or do you want to see how the transits are affecting that point? That's the difference. Because I can tell you about Venus in your chart. I can tell you about, like, in terms of relationships, how you are in relationships, what you desire most in relationships. But if you want to know how the transits are affecting that point, then it would be a transit reading. So it's depending on what you are looking for. Okay. Okay. So, you were born. First of all, I do want to say, square to what? That you are, oh, you mean a grand square? I didn't notice. That you are intuitively feeling like your love life right now is being aspected. I will say that. Because you were born with Venus in Sagittarius. And that, what that is like, you have a freedom loving energy. You desire to be free. You desire freedom in relationships. If you also desire that freedom for other people, and you don't really want to be tied down. So Venus and Sag can be fun, because it loves to have fun. It loves to explore. It loves to be out in the world. However, when it comes to, like, committing, that's hard for Venus and Sagittarius. And so the person that you are with has to be able to understand your need for freedom. Of course, there has to be like an agreement, right? What does the freedom mean in this relationship? But Sagittarius energy always has a hard time committing. Venus right now is transiting the sign of Sagittarius, which means that she has recently passed over your Venus, so you had like a Venus return energy. Also, I will say this, that the South Node is transiting your first house of the Self, which means that it's emptying out the cup so that you can refill it. South Node transits do that. The South Node is now in Sagittarius, which means when it gets to the end of this transit, so not till next year, basically this whole year, your Venus is being aspected. And so what this means is that your relationships are going to go through a big shift. South Node empties it out. It removes everybody so that you can find a new thing. So you can refill the cup, but you got to refill the cup with what actually is the best for you. And I mean, you're intuitively on that. You're intuitively feeling that because you have a lot of Sagittarius energy in your chart. You've got Venus, you've got Mercury, you've got Neptune, And then right now Juno is transiting Sagittarius. That's another thing, right? And she is conjuncting your Venus. So Juno is the asteroid of marriage. Venus is the goddess of love and beauty, and also the goddess of war. And the South Node transiting that area is like, okay, let's clean it out. Like, time to do a reset. And so your relationships and your identity is being aspected because you're very Venusian. When you have planets in your first house, that means that you embody those planets in your physicality. So people with Venus in the first house tend to have like good, like, cool symmetry in their body, like, because Venus has, if you haven't taken my Venus module, she's like perfect, you know, like, who watched The Fifth Element? The perfect being. But there is like this sort of physical embodiment of the perfection. So people with Venus in the first tend to be beautiful, tend to have like beautiful qualities, facial features, things like that. So you embody Venus energy, but you also embody like the free goddess, right? There's a little bit of a freedom energy to that. So the South Node is also aspecting your first house. So that's what's going on. Let me see what else I can see. Somebody bring me the stones. Okay. Also, you know, because you have a lot of Sag here, there's going to be new and full moons. This is wild. So your first and 7th houses are going to be aspected like mad this year, 2021. They already have been, but now even more, because we're going to have eclipses in 2021 that are going to be new and full moon eclipses in Gemini and Sagittarius. And that is the exact dynamic of first house of identity opposing the 7th house of relationships. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Sounds like a Libra. But so your relationship life is going to be lit up in 2021. This is it. Are you ready? You already knew that though. See how awesome, see how intuitive we are? We don't even realize it. Awesome reading. Thank you. All right, we got Sparky next. Yeah, very, very interesting. So the list is Sparky, Mary Ann, Julene, and Chrisabel. So the last 4 readings and then we're done. Finally. Awesome. I love that. So empty out that cup. Get ready for some new love. Get ready for things to change. You're welcome. I'm excited for you. Brixton. I think my love life is up for parole. What? So make sure you guys have your questions ready, whether it's tarot or oracle. And if you do have, bring me the stones. Yes, Zog. Okay. Oh my God, Becky. Okay, transit reading, love, creativity, showing up in the world, and anything else significant. 11/18/73. Where are the stones? I got a surprise for you guys. Bring me the stones. Okay. Okay, here we go. Transit reading. It's coming. Hang on. Wendy. I think they stopped listening because they're not bringing me the stones. Yes, bring me the stones. Oh my god. I'm just gonna bring them. Oh my god, I wish Dawn was watching right now. Okay, so Sparky, your question is love, creativity, showing up in the world, and anything else that is significant. Okay. They're coming. All right, you guys ready? You see this? Hang on. You see this? Corbin Dallas. Not even kidding. The stones. Just on my computer. Bring me the stones. This was my Christmas gift. Because I am the fifth element. I just dropped one. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The stones. You have 1 hour. Julie. Oh my god, now that was funny. Oh my god, that was funny. Oh my god, well, there you have it. Jice the fifth element. Multipass. There we go. Thanks to Wendy, y'all. Okay. So, back to Sparky. Oh my god. So, let's see what's happening in Yo Chat. Okay, so here's something cool that I see right away. I know this tune. Let's change the beat. Sparky. Whoa, Sparky. Is this for real? Am I seriously seeing this? Holy moly. You're going through your Jupiter return. Ooh, you gotta celebrate. You gotta celebrate. That's really exciting. There's a marathon of the fifth element this evening. Yeah, I'm so happy you did, Wendy. Like, oh my god, that's my favorite. So you're going through your Jupiter return. That's really exciting because Jupiter is in your 10th house of career. So, okay, I just went through my Jupiter return this year, and my Jupiter return is not even in my 10th house, but like expect cool things, amazing things to happen in your career life right now because Saturn and Jupiter are going to start basically traveling through your 10th house. So 2021 is all about career. I mean, that's how you're going to show up. Like, that's the house of showing up in the world. So right away, it's like, whoa, that is so cool. Jupiter returns bring abundance. They bring prosperity. It does depend on what house and what sign it's in. So it's going to bring technology, like new opportunities. That's what's going to be showing up in your life in terms of career. Now, in terms of love, where is your Venus? So in terms of love, like, so you have Venus at 13 Capricorn, which means that all of the Capricorn energy is pretty much done. Like, you had a really gnarly Capricorn Venus year. You had a gnarly year about relationships. And now that they're going to, well, it's going to start moving off that intense Capricorn energy. And you were going through like a lot of like big shifts and stuff in relationships. I love that. And what's going to happen though, see what had happened was in December of 2021, we're going to see a Venus retrograde in Capricorn. So you're going to be like, it's going to, like the pressure is going to be off your Venus because all this Capricorn is going to be past your Venus. But then next year, like exactly in a year, we'll have that inferior conjunction with Venus and the Sun in Capricorn, which means that in terms of relationships, the structure of our relationships, like all of that, all the themes that have to do with Capricorn and like whether we restrict ourselves or not, like all of that is going to be what we go through. That's going to be the transformation that we go through. And it's going to be a big, heavy Capricorn, like Venus relationship transit. It's going to aspect you like, I mean, probably, I don't know exactly what degree it's going to happen in, but I mean, we can look real quick. Let's see, a year from now. So the conjunction, okay, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I mean, it is. Like, it's going to be conjunct your Venus. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to be conjunct your Venus when it happens. And it's going to be, basically, the conjunction happens in January, but the retrograde starts. So Venus is going to be in Capricorn for a while. Like, it's going to take its time to go all the way through and then retrograde back and then turn around and come back forward. So it's going to aspect you. Everybody's going to feel it, but I think you're going to feel it more strongly because of that. Sorry, not sorry. Because those are the changes that we need, right? To help us move forward. And Venus always comes out of the underworld, renewed, refreshed, cleared. It's like a clean slate. And that's what's up with your love life. with your creativity, when are you going to be 50? Let's see. Okay, so it's not going to happen for a while, so I won't talk about that. But Chiron return happens at 50. That's like the next big thing to look out for. I think your creativity is going to be activated in your 10th house. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm going to do. I feel like that was kind of a lot of information, a lot of kind of exciting things. I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. The Venus transit, it's going to be a good thing. Like it'll help you, like, you know, reset yourself in terms of relationships. So, okay, we've got Marianne, Julene, and then Chrisabel. Thank you, Sparky. That was actually fun. Knowing that you're going to go through your Jupiter return, that's like really exciting. That's really cool. May I get a transit, please, to see what energies are coming up for me this full moon and beginning of New Year? Okay. Let's do it. I'm still laughing about the stones. By the way, you and Christina McGlue, I'm going to get your readings out to you tomorrow, your astral starseed DNA activations. Just want to give you a heads up. It's kind of nice that I got you right here, but I know you've been waiting for a minute. I'm almost done with them. I don't want to rush those because you don't want those rushed. But I did want to tell you that I'm working on them, and I think tomorrow, either tomorrow or Tuesday, will be the day where they officially get sent over to you. So, 6, 11, 6, 6, 11, 10 p.m. in Richmond. Okay. All right. So, let's reset to today. Let's go. Okay, hang on. Oh, it's a full moon. That's right. So let me actually find the exact full moon. Minutes. Let's go forward. All right. Okay. So this is the transits. You guys crack me up. And okay, so here's where the full moon is happening in your charts. We'll look over here. Full moon happening at 8 degrees of Cancer, happening in your 5th house, exactly aspecting your Mercury and your Jupiter. I think that's going to be cool because that's going to activate your creativity, your intuition, right? Your senses, your sixth sense. And also the Cancer moon is like the high priestess, and that energy gets activated. So I feel like the moon is going to activate your creativity. It may bring a lot of emotions, of course, because that's what the Cancer moon does. But it will, for you, it'll feel like a very. It might expand the energy a lot in your chart because Jupiter and Mercury, Jupiter especially, is the expander of everything. But with Cancer, it's like it'll activate. Like, I feel like your sixth sense, your intuition, your psychic abilities are going to really activate, and then you'll be able to channel a lot of powerful creative energy. That's how the moon is going to affect you. And then for, that's basically like the energy that's happening for you for the rest of the year, because that's the big transit. And then just a few days later is like New Year's Eve, right? Like 29, 30, 2 days later is New Year's Eve. So that's going to be the last big thing that gets kind of like activated for you in your chart for 2020. Now, the nodes are, the North Node is exactly conjunct your Sun in your 4th house right now, which means that this is an activation of your soul essence. It's actually an activation of your starseed, right? Your Orion starseed marking. And asking you to be with that energy, like channel it, So I feel like with the North Node right here in your Sun, and I know your Sun is on a starseed, on the Orion constellation, and the moon is exactly aspecting, your fifth house and your Mercury of all things. This is channeled messages. So I would definitely sit down and journal, like write things out. Mercury was going to want to say it, express it. It's going to come through. And the north node aligning with your sun is like your, soul activation. That's what I feel is going to be really important for you. That's how you're going to end the year. That's actually really, really cool. Really cool alignment. Yeah, and with your north node on the Pleiades, that's, whoa. Next year, towards the end of the year, we're going to have I think it's going to be a full moon eclipse on Algol, on the Pleiades. It's going to like exactly aspect your north node and your Juno. That's going to be epic. That's going to be so much fun. And right now you have the activation of Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius in your 12th house of channeling. So this is, exactly. Time to write. This is a lot of messages coming through for you. That's how the year is going to end for you. Maybe it'll give you a lot of insight, like future prophetic things, like looking into the future. That's what happens with 12th house and house of creativity. So that's actually really cool what's going on for you. I'm excited for you. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be like major next year, like major activation of your north node, your mission. I can't remember exactly when it's happening, but it's going to be some kind of eclipse. I don't think it's going to be a solar eclipse. I think it's going to be a lunar eclipse. All right, Julie, and then Christabel, and then it's time for bed. I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. 2 more. Thank you to everyone that signed up for these. I really appreciate your support. It's 11/11. Nice. Oh, you want to see where the full moon's happening for you too? Oh, okay. Let's do tarot. Oh, you mean the next one? Yes. Yes, for sure. Definitely. What is happening? Totally. I'm dealing with a challenging situation right now. Truth is key. Will I receive the clear communication from the other party soon? Oh, God, I love those clear-cut questions. Will Julene receive the clear communication from the other party? Trine, that's positive. That's collaboration. That's ease, fluency. Although it can also mean laziness. 3rd house of Gemini, communication. So harmonious communication. It's looking good so far. Let's get a few more. Okay, this one feels like it's really wanting to come through. Libra, okay, like relationships, harmony as well. I mean, actually, all of this is a good energy. Like Mercury in Libra is the diplomat. A trine is a harmonious energy. I did too, Wendy. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, it keeps coming out like that, you know? Yeah. So the diplomat and the one that doesn't like confrontation is Mercury in Libra. The only thing about Libra energy that I will say, and trine, that can happen is that you can become lazy, or you can not be able to make decisions, like stuck in the back and forth, and then you can't make up your mind. That's Libra energy too. So it can go either way, but right away, like Wendy says, I did receive that message that, like, yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to come through. There's going to be some sort of communication for sure. And the other card that you got is the 9th house, which is the house of higher learning, elevated thought, expansion. It can also be travel, foreign languages, inspiration, optimism. It's a Jupiter energy, so it's a positive energy coming through. This is the greater benefic. So I think overall, the answer is definitely yes. I'm in your head. The answer is definitely yes. Let's see what will come out of it, actually. Let's pull a little tarot card or oracle card to see what will come out of it. Oh my God. In perfect harmony. In perfect harmony. There we go. Boom. Enough said. That was clear, clear, clear. Just keep communicating. Should be good. Should be able to negotiate. How do you learn to negotiate like that? All right, Christabel. I swear, I think I have that movie memorized. Doesn't anybody else? Am I the only one? I didn't think so. Okay, what's your information, Christabel? And we'll do your progress chart reading. The vortex. This is the last reading of the night. No, I do too. Send someone to negotiate. You're welcome. Chrisabel. I'll make an exception, but I don't usually do that. Massachusetts? Okay. Let me see. Make sure I got it right. 6877247 Methuen. Okay. And let's check it out. Oh, actually, hang on one second. Let's add a second chart with the secondary progressions for today. Anyone else want to negotiate? Oh, wait. Let's share it. Oh, well, thank you for doing that. But I went over there and got it. Okay. So almost there. It's not like busy, and this is the last reading, so it's no big deal. But normally that's what happens is I like to go back and forth from the chat. It's way easier to just have it all in one place. So no worries. I was just being like silly. But here we are. And let's check this out. I'm excited. in my PJs walking my dog under a beautiful, almost full moon, and the stars and planets are popping. They're popping. Ooh, I love that. Okay, let's check it out. So in the middle is your chart, and on the outside is your progressed chart. So you were born with, oh wait. You were born with Sun in Gemini, but your progressed Sun is now in Cancer. So it's not like you're not a Gemini Sun anymore, because this is how progressions work. They move slow. The moon's going to be in a sign for about 2.5 years. The moon's going to have these phases as she travels through your progressed chart, and they're going to last a while. So what happens is, oh my God, I'm going to sneeze. And there we go. Okay. And it's going to go through the phases of the moon. So it's going to be like the crescent moon. It's going to be the square moon. It's going to be the waxing. I'm having a sneezing attack. It's going to be the full moon phase. And every time you go through one of these phases, it's going to activate a certain energy, and you'll be experiencing that for quite a while. So your moon is going to be in Cancer for a while, right? And it has been in Cancer for a while. But right now that's where it's at. So you have more of like a nurturing essence to you now. Thank you, guys. The next is, let's look at, so your Mercury, you were born with Mercury in Taurus. Let me go get a tissue real quick. Hang on. Okay, that's better. So you were born with Mercury in Taurus, and right now your progressed Mercury is actually in Leo. So it's a very different energy. I mean, you went from a very like slow, very methodical way of expressing yourself, and now you may be feeling like way more expressive, way more talkative, way more out there, way more like fiery in terms of how you communicate and in terms of how you think as well. Now, the moon, you were born with the moon in Pisces. Right now, your moon is in Libra, which means you're going through this period in your life where you're needing more harmony, you're needing more balance, you're needing relationships are really important to you. It's also transiting your 12th house, which means that this is a spiritual activation. So relationships that have that deep connection is what you really long for right now in your life. Let's see, Leo, Virgo, Libra. But when the moon moves into, it's gonna, in like a year or so, I would say, it's gonna start moving into the later degrees of Libra. And when it does, it's gonna start squaring your sun, which means that something in your life will come up that will feel like a challenge that you will have to resolve. And once you resolve that, you'll feel better. But it'll be like a period in your life where something will come up in terms of relationships for you, in your relationships, that will affect how, you'll have to figure it out, really. And then once it's resolved, you'll feel much better. That's what happens during the moon square sun phase. Now, you were born with Venus in Taurus and Mars in Taurus, and your Mars has moved into Gemini and your Venus also into Gemini. So you have a lot of Gemini in your chart. You're driven now more by your like stimulating mind than from your from being more stable. Like there's way more desire to think about things and process things mentally, And with your Venus, same. It's like you're more flexible in terms of relationships now, where before maybe you desired something specific, something more sensual, something more like grounded and connected and beautiful. Now you are more flexible. You're like more comfortable with whatever, and you can go with, you don't have to have certain things a certain way. So a lot more Gemini in your chart with Venus and Mars. So you still have strong Gemini in your chart, but your Sun and Mercury and your Moon have progressed into different signs. And the Moon will kind of you'll have like a Moon return every, I think it's, because it's a 28-year cycle. I mean, that's how long it goes from 28 and a half days to like 28 and a half years. So that's how long the moon takes. So half of that is what, like half of 28 is 14 years. So it takes 14 years for the moon to go from the new moon to the full moon phase. So you're almost to the halfway point from when you did have a new moon phase. So you're still working through that 28-year cycle. I know it's crazy. Progress charts are crazy, but they're powerful because any slight changes mean big things. And that's why progress charts are so cool to look at. Your midheaven has also moved it's in Leo. So right now you really want to be more out there and express yourself more and be more creative in life and in how you show up in the world. And where did your rising sign go? And you are a Scorpio rising, which means you express yourself like very intensely now. Whereas you were born with Libra rising, but now with the Scorpio rising, it's like you have a different energy to you when you walk around to the room, so, and it's more like deep, soulful, sometimes private, emotional, all of those things. So yeah, it's super interesting to look at progressed charts. It can be really, really fun to do that. All right, you guys, that is it. Uranus opposition alert. Yep. You will be going through your Uranus opposition very soon. You may be going through it now. I think we may have talked about this. Didn't we do a reading for you before? I think we may have actually talked about this. Well, it's going to happen like this coming year. You're definitely going to go through your Uranus opposition. For sure. 2021 will begin. It will begin. You're welcome. And the Uranus opposition, I would recommend you read a book to prepare for it, because it's intense. It's a big deal. The book is called The Kundalini and the Rising. What is it called? Do I have it? Where is it? Something in the Rising Kundalini by Barbara Handclough. I would look that book up, because that's going to help you a lot. Yeah, it's good to know ahead of time, because there is a lot. It's intense for sure. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you everybody that signed up tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you to those of you that have signed up for Starseed readings and the Astral Starseed DNA activations. I'm working on all of those, and I will get them to you as soon as possible. Just know that I totally am doing them. I'm not even that behind on the Starseed readings, but on the activations, I'm a little bit behind. But like I said, I don't want to rush those, because those take a lot of my time and a lot of my focus. I kind of go into meditation when I do those. So thank you for your support, everybody. Make sure to follow me on Parler and MeWe. Get into the Channel for Grace Astrology, Starseed, not astrology, Channel for Grace Starseed Soul Tribe on MeWe, the group, if you want to stay connected on social media. And also, what else? I've been doing the little short videos, and when they come up, if you see them, make sure to give them a like. when they pop up. I'm going to try to do one every single day, and it's going to be fun when I'm on the road to show you guys where I'm at and stuff like that. So that'll be my little updates for you guys, and I'm going to try to post a lot more on YouTube, and make sure whenever you see my stuff that you give it a like, because it does help the the algorithm, and send it out to more people. If you guys are enjoying it, I really appreciate that. So thank you so much, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow night. We're going to talk about the astrology of the full moon in Cancer. And then on Tuesday night, we'll have the ceremony and our New Year's kind of Eve celebration for the channel. And then the next time I go live, I'm going to be either on the road, but most likely I'm going to be in Sedona. Thank you, Taria. I appreciate that. Yeah. So love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Satnam.